Hi everyone, my name's Anjali Patel and I'm founder of World of Children's Yoga, where children are at the heart of everything I do. They are my passion, as my vision is to empower children, families and their communities of schools and nurseries to live in joy. Now, children are different from adults, of course, and so children's yoga is different from adult yoga in that there is a whole range of developmental stages for children, and I think it's really important to meet children at their stage of development. In that way, I can engage them through fun, through play, to really learn ideas and techniques that they can use every day to live happy and healthy lives. There are, however, two key ways in which I think children and adults are the same and the way in which they learn. The first is that they learn by doing, and the second is that they learn through the gift and art of storytelling. So this is what I want to share with you today. There are many techniques that I use to help our children learn deep breathing exercises, relaxation exercises, affirmations, but I'm just going to focus in our short session today on storytelling for preschoolers, for children, and for teens. So we're starting with preschoolers, sitting up tall, imagining a tall flower in front of us, which we're going to smell, and then blow the petals. And for today's mini storytelling, I'd like to share with you the life cycle of a baby dinosaur being born. I love using photos and visuals. I think it really helps to bring the subjects and topics to life, and the children can get an idea of what shapes and different things that we are doing. So we're going to start with a dinosaur egg because all dinosaurs are made out of eggs. Tucking our knees under, we are going to make ourselves really small with our heads coming down to the floor. The dinosaur's ready to be born, so we hear a tap, 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 and then a crack. The dinosaur pushes, I'm just going to move forward a little bit. The dinosaur pushes one leg out, and then its other leg out. It slowly pushes its head up and curls out of its egg and sits back on its legs as it sits in its egg, and there's its little tail behind us. You can reach your hands to reach your feet. Up reach the dinosaur claws, and we're going to stand up and find, there are some dinosaurs that have two legs, so two arms, two legs, and they go stomping around. There are also dinosaurs, as I'm sure that you know, that have four legs. So we're bringing our hands down to the floor and we're walking around like a four-legged dinosaur. And all dinosaurs have a tail. So lift up one leg and wave it around. And they have a tail because they're so big, they would fall over without a tail. Now bring that leg down and imagine you are another dinosaur like a diplodocus. Lift up your leg and wave that tail around, dinosaur tail. Good. Now this baby dinosaur is very tired after doing all that hard work. And so this baby dinosaur is going to give a nice gentle first roar. So get your claws ready. Take a big breath in and say roar. And you can do that again if you like. Okay, so there was mini storytelling with our preschoolers. We're now going to move on to storytelling with our children, and today we are going to reflect on Queen Elizabeth's official birthday that was recently, and during a class that I ran on Queen Elizabeth, we went back to Queen Victoria, who was Queen Elizabeth's great-great-great-grandmother. She became queen in 1837. She was 18 years old and she was queen for 64 years. So stretching our hands up and above our heads, we're giving her a crown. This is Queen Victoria. Now with strong legs and making your tummy strong as well, let's come and stand up at the front of your space. And we're going to step back with our left foot to give Queen Victoria a throne. So bend your right knee, or just your knee that's forward, and sit down in your throne with your arms stretched up, your body stretching, your arms are stretching. I know that Queen Victoria had more than one throne, so step your back leg forward and step back with the other foot. It might be your right foot, it might just be your other leg. Turn around to face forward, stretch your arms and body up, bend your left knee or that knee that's in the front as we're sitting on that throne. Well done. All right, let's step those feet together, shake out your arms and come and stand in a comfortable space as we meet Prince Albert, who was Queen Victoria's husband. Now, he had a number of hobbies and we're going to find 3 of them. First of all, put your hands together and reach them up in front of you. Have your feet apart a little bit. I call it hip distance apart. So it's your feet are underneath these hip bones at the top of your legs. Stretch your arms up. Breathe in, breathe out, and imagine that your brush is sweeping down a large piece of paper in front of you. Breathe in as you sweep up. Breathe out as you sweep down. Breathe in and bring your hands down. Shake your legs. The second hobby I'm going to share with you of Prince Albert is he loves science. So step your right foot, 1 foot in front of the other. We're going to make a 3-legged microscope. So the foot on the floor is 1. Put your hands down on the floor just in front of your foot. Then lift up your back leg, and we're trying to straighten both legs as much as we can. And if you can, point your toes that are in the sky down to the floor for the eyepiece of the microscope. Good. Put that foot down and then lift up your other leg. Keep your hands where they are, close to your foot. That's it. Stretch out your legs if you can. Toes to the floor to make the eyepiece. Good. And let's relax those legs after that super stretch. Come and sit down to the floor for hobby 3. All right, now hobby 3 is music. So we are going to play a string instrument, or pretend we are. Come and sit back on your bottom. Sit up tall with your feet together. And I'd like you to rub those feet together. Imagine 1 foot is a bow, the other foot is a string, and as you rub them together, you make a sound. Good, well done. Of course, you can carry on if you would like. Now, Queen Victoria and Prince Albert had 9 children, so we're going to build them a cradle and count to 9. Bring your feet to the floor and bend your knees and your hands behind you, making our arms really strong here. Have your feet nice and flat on the floor and push your tummy and bottom up. And we're going to rock that cradle, moving our hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for 9 children. All right, just shake out those hands and lean back on your elbows, because Queen Victoria, the Victorian times, was a great time for transport to be developed and created. So we're going to move our legs as if we are riding a bicycle, because transport was all running on wheels at that time. So we had roads and rail tracks being built. That meant more trains and more cars. Now, if you've been pushing your legs forward, can you make them change direction to go the other way? Okay, really strengthening your legs in both directions. And come and sit up, as we are going to, as we were thinking about Queen Elizabeth, we're going to quickly make her a birthday cake. So imagine your legs are a bowl. I'd like you to reach up for some flour, and we're going to put the flour into the bowl. Remember, we're making a cake, so these are the ingredients. Reach around behind you, get some sugar. You can do this for longer. I'm just giving you an example of what to do. Reach behind you the other way to get the butter and chop that into your cake. Hopefully it's soft and that will help it mix in a minute. Crack an egg into your mixture. You might want to put some flavouring, vanilla essence or chocolate, and then you're going to mix it all up. Good. And that brings us to the end of our mini storytelling with yoga for children. Now let's move on to our teens. So yes, we've done lots of breathing exercises with teens as well to start the class, but for today we are going to move on to a morning energizer. And we're going to do that by really bringing the blood flow to our legs down, bringing the energy down our bodies to get us moving. So coming to sit on your knees, I'd like you to tuck your toes under, really paying attention and saying thank you really to those toes for all that they do to help us move around. Without those toes, we wouldn't be able to use our legs to do half of what we do currently do. And if your toes hurt, please feel free to relax them, to sit back down in your space. And if you can, just keep going for a bit longer. Now, really making your legs and your tummy strong, I'd like you to come up to standing. Try not to use your hands, and come and stand with your feet hip distance apart. We're going to do a chair pose now to really wake up our legs and get our body moving. So breathe in as you stretch up, stretch your body nice and tall, and have your hands facing each other. Bend your knees and push your hips and your bottom back so that your knees are over your ankles, maybe just in front. I still want you to be able to see your toes. You can lower your arms to shoulder height if having them straight up was uncomfortable. It's a bit of a stretch to the lower back. And then I'd like you to breathe in and stretch up, bring your hands together. We're going to make some movement in our chair pose, twisting a little bit from side to side. So breathe in, arms come up. Breathe out, bring your opposite elbow to above your opposite knee. Breathe in and stretch up. And breathe out as you bring your elbow to the other side. Good. Now, just depending on where you are, we're going to step back now. So stand at the front of your space, bend your knees and put your hands down either side of your feet. Step back with your left leg. Okay, and then put your left knee down to the floor. Breathe in and stretch your hands up. Bring your hands together. Breathe out as you bring your opposite elbow to opposite knee. Breathe in and stretch up. Bring your hands to the floor, and we're going to swap sides, so make sure your hand is either side of your foot. Breathe in as up you stretch, hands together. Breathe out, opposite elbow to knee. Breathe in. Bring yourself down to the floor as we complete our yoga storytelling with preschoolers, with children, and with teens. As I say, lots more relaxations, breathing exercises, positive affirmations, and storytelling. So I look forward to seeing you soon with World of Children's Yoga.